Hello, you wonderful PC102L students for fall semester 2020. This is Brother Dale Moss, and I want to send a little bit of a video to you to welcome you to this semester, and hope you're excited and wanting and willing and ready to take on a whole new challenge. Now you guys are now veterans of the Pathways program because you've already gone through one semester already, so you got a rhythm of things and how things are going and stuff like that too. Now we get to work on and talk about professional skills, specifically for finding the job, writing a resume, working in groups, all that kind of stuff too. So I want to introduce myself to you so you can see a name with a face and also a voice that you get to have throughout the semester. This is a small introduction. Like I said, welcome to Pathways Worldwide, PC102L, fall semester 2020. Now, I'll give you a little bit of information of where I am from. I live in Sparks, Nevada, which is in the upper corner right here next to California, just over the mountains, which are called the Sierra Nevadas, and also known for Lake Tahoe, and also Reno, Nevada is where most people know where I'm from. But I've lived here my entire life. It's right here, just like an hour and a half away from Sacramento, 45 minutes from Lake Tahoe, and San Francisco is about 3 to 4 hours away, depending on how fast you drive. But anyways, I was born and raised here. The only time I've never lived in Sparks, Nevada is when I served on my mission. I went to school. And my dad got his first job when I was about 5 years old, and we lived in Arizona for about 3 years there too, which was called Bullhead City, Arizona, just right across the river from Laughlin, Nevada. Anyways, my wife is also from here. My kids have been born and raised here as well, and I'll introduce you to those here in a couple minutes. Okay. As I just want to give you my background of my education, where I went. Like I said, I went to high school and grew up here. I played sports throughout my whole entire life. The sports I played in high school were football, basketball, and track and field. Football was my most favorite then, and track and field, and then basketball I did because my other friends did, and I like to play, and I'm competitive. Anyways, I was able to go on and get accepted to go to Brigham Young University in Provo, and there I earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree in math education with a minor in physical education and a coaching certification. While I was at BYU, I had the opportunity to play football there for them. And it was a great experience to be able to be a part of that whole thing and be associated with all my friends that I still keep in contact a lot still. And then after graduating from BYU, I got 2 master's degrees, one in teaching and one in school administration. And I got those from Grand Canyon University, and I did those online when it was just barely starting to do those kind of things, along with the University of Phoenix. So here's my years of I've been teaching as an instructor. I've been in the Pathway program for, this is my 6th semester. Math 100G was when it first started, had 2 semesters. Then they changed the whole format, and I taught PC 102 for 1 semester, and now I've taught PC 102 for 2 semesters, and this will be my 3rd semester with an added L in there with a little bit of extra stuff there. My main job that I do on a daily basis is being a secondary teacher or a high school teacher. This is my 25th year teaching, and I've taught a variety of different subjects while in there, main one being math. Taught some science, I've taught health, and I teach physical education as well. In that, and one of the reasons why I wanted to go into teaching is also because I wanted to be able to coach. And so I coached football and track and field for a total of 23 years. I was an assistant coach all that time for football, and was a head coach for track and field at the school I'm currently at for 13 years doing that, and it was a great experience. Now on to my family. This is my wife, Shawn. She actually is also from Sparks, Nevada. We actually just lived about 2 or 3 blocks away from each other as we grew up. I was more friends with her little brother than I was with her at that time, and we did a lot of hanging out together. And here's a few pictures of us when we went to New York a few years back. This is when we were at the production of Wicked, and then we were in Niagara Falls. As I mentioned, we got married, and we got married in December of '92 at the Las Vegas Temple there. It was a lot of fun, and it was great. Now, we both, a little bit more about it, we both served missions. I served my mission in Germany. My wife served her mission in Ohio. The years I served my mission in Germany was 88 to 90, and there I was able to see, as you can see down here, a picture of the Berlin Wall, and I got to see the wall, excuse me, see the wall fall, and be a part of that whole thing and how it all happened, and watch the transition and how everything changed from being two Germanys to one unified one. There were some great miracles that went on throughout the whole thing. Now my family. This is my family. I have 4 children. My youngest being 15. It will be 16 in December. My oldest being 26, and she has been married for a little while now. As you can see, here's a family right before my oldest son, Dallas, went on his mission. He served his mission in Sweden. This is my oldest daughter, Kaylin, with her husband, Chandler. Myself and my wife, Sean. And here's this. And this picture was taken about 3 years ago, so this is a little outdated, but it's a good picture of us. We really haven't had one since then. This is Dylan, and then this is Kyra. Now, our 2 children that are on the ends are twins. If you look at them, you wouldn't recognize that they are, but they are, and they are currently, well, I'm going to say my daughter, Kyra, she served a mission in Nauvoo and returned about a year ago, and my son, Dallas, went to Sweden and returned about a year ago in July from his mission there as well. And they're both at BYU Provo, going to school and trying to further their education. Whereas my son Dylan, he and all my other children all went to the same school that I taught at in high school, so they got to hang out with their dad all the time. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. But anyways, here's a few other pictures of us that are a little more recent and from Christmas and the traditional things that we like to do. The one up here in the upper right-hand corner is of us as a family when we went and visited our daughter Kyra on her mission in Nauvoo, which we were allowed to do, and she was able to give us some tours of that place, and what a great experience that was to be able to go there and check that out. I think that's about it as far as that is concerned. Some of the things that I've been looking at here as far as keeping, as we're in quarantine, we try to be creative as much as possible. We did murder mystery parties, played board games, did a lot of scripture study and gospel study, played all different kinds of sports, cooking and doing new things, scanning and saving my missionary photos that I haven't done for many, many years, that finally got them all done, which was nice. Now I can actually look at it all again. It was sure fun being able to check those out. And then, of course, I like to go out and be outdoorsy as much as possible, where I love to run and ride my bike and get some exercise in. I've attempted to run and have ran some half marathons. Haven't ran a full marathon yet, but someday I would like to try to do that. And so with the quarantine scenario, I've been able to get out and do a little more exercises than I've been in the past. So, but anyways, those are some of the activities. I don't know what kind of activities you guys did in trying to be creative to keep yourselves occupied during that time. Now, getting on the more serious note of things as regards to this class, if you go into your syllabus, and this is in there and you can check it out, but I just wanted to make a few points here in regards to what you need to pay attention to, because they have made some changes since last semester. Most of this part is all the same, talking about, so the biggest thing that we're going to be talking about is professional skill outcome, okay? Writing outcomes and math. So those are the biggest things that you're going to be talking about and learning about mostly, okay? And I mentioned a little bit before that you'll be doing like finding a job. Even if you don't need one, it's helping to find it, writing a resume for it, and then writing emails when you're talking to a colleague about certain things that need to be changed, okay? And there's also a group project that you're going to be involved in. It's only about 3 to 4 weeks long. I know they keep changing it from time to time. I haven't seen if they made any changes to it yet. And then there'll be some writing scenarios, like I said, with emails, and then you have some math stuff, okay? More information in regards to that, the course materials, the architecture, how it's going to work, where you do your lessons, and everything is going to be due on Saturday by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay. So you got to make sure, and also this is how to plan your time wisely. You should be spending about, since this is a 3-credit class, you should be spending about 3 hours per 1 credit that you have. So 9 hours to 10 hours a week should be the thing that you should be spending and helping yourself out with this class. Now, dates that you need to make sure that you check your due dates and stuff like that too, and when they're available, and until when they're available till, because at some point it won't let you access them at all. Okay. And then some activity descriptions of what we're going to be talking about. There's the vocabulary, skills lessons, learning journal, writing lesson. Your gatherings are important. Some of you guys will be spending those on Wednesday or Thursday evenings. Your math exercises. Here's the thing you got to remember: the highest score of all your attempts can be recorded. Can be your recorded grade. So you can take the quizzes as much as you want to. Then if you take the quiz after the due date, you will receive a late penalty. Now here's the thing, and I will talk about this here in a second, is that due dates and being late is changed a little bit. So this will reduce the final grade on the quiz. Quizzes close 7 days after the due date. So here's the thing, you got 1 week. I think it used to be 2 weeks prior to that, okay? This is what I'm talking about. So here are the changes. The auto late work policy has been adjusted to only 7 days for students to turn in late work before assignments and quizzes close. So again, only 7 days. The previous period was 14 days. Each day late will deduct your by your score by 2%, accumulating a total of about 14% total off of your thing. So 2% per day for 7 days is 14%. This applies to all math quizzes as well. In the past, math quizzes were open all semester and instructors were asked to remove any late penalties for this. Now, math quizzes will close 7 days after the due date. Instructors should not remove any late penalties for these, except in the case of extenuating circumstances as determined by the instructor. Okay, that's important to know. Okay, some of the quizzes are not turned in after the date will continue to be zeroed out by the system, so you'll receive an automatic 0. New information about plagiarism has been created and will be linked in the syllabus, general teaching notes, and other throughout the course. You can use the information to help teach the students about this important concept. Okay. Now, another new thing down here is there'll be now a weekly devotional, and it's important and encouraged that you try to attend those. And most weeks, the devotionals will be a repeat of ones that has been given in the past, but the ones you'll see haven't been ones you saw last semester. Devotionals are not graded, but please encourage students to watch them. They are short, only about 10 minutes long. And then a new guide has been placed in the PC103 to help students with their applications to matriculate. So that doesn't really apply to you. So anyways, I'm welcoming you. I'm excited that you're a part of this program and that I get to know you. And I just want to share my testimony with you, that I know that the Pathways program is inspired and that you'll find miracles and changes that will happen in your life, both secularly, which is through your education, and also spiritually, because it is so driven to help us to be able to do that. And as President Nelson has always said, you get as much education as you possibly can, because we know that we can take this with us after this life, whereas the other things we cannot. And I know that's true, and I know this church is true, and I know that you will grow and you'll learn, and I will grow and learn along with you. I learn every semester because every semester brings a new adventure for me. So I wish you the best, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can always contact me. There'll be office hours provided that you can sit down and have a conversation with me, or through email or through other resources. Have a good day and good luck with this semester.